Hello, this is Mark with Bailey Software. I'm going to demonstrate how Handy Address Book uses Google Contacts. Handy Address Book is a Windows program. So we're going to start off just adding a simple contact for test purposes. And then we're going to sync to this Google account, these Google contacts. Right now there's no contacts in there. But to sync in Handy, you go to File, Options, and you click on the Sync tab to set this up initially. And we're going to sync with our test account. Once you enter an email, you just press this get access code, and it's going to open up a web browser window where the user can get the access code. So we'll just say press that. And then you can see here's the URL that it goes to, and here's the client ID. And I'll just scroll through the whole URL so you can see the whole thing. That's the end. So we're going to go ahead and log into our account. Here's the consent screen showing what Handy Address Book wants to do, and it needs access to the user's contacts. So once they click allow, we take this code and we go back to Handy Address Book and we paste it into Handy Address Book. So, and then there's three types of syncs that you can do. Handy overwrites Google, which is going to replace everything in Google with what's in Handy. Google overwrites Handy, which does the opposite, and then just a two-way sync. So we'll start off by just demonstrating a Handy overwrites Google. And in our Google contacts right now, for this account, we have no contacts. And we're going to just do actions sync with Google. And it should add that one contact that we have to Google. So if we click refresh, there's our one contact. Also supports doing a Google overwrites Handy, so we'll demonstrate that by creating a contact here. And then if we go back to Handy and do this time we're going to change our sync. We don't need to get a new access code, that stays. We're going to do Google overwrites Handy just to demonstrate it. A typical user's maybe going to do a overwrite one time and then typically just use a two-way sync going forward. But I'll demonstrate all three sync types. So we're going to do a Google overwrites Handy. So we just initiate another sync. And now we have both contacts from Google. And the last type of sync is a standard two-way sync, so which is what they would typically continue to use going forward, so that it only syncs changes either on Google or in Handy. So we'll just make a change here. Actually, we'll just edit this one, change it from John to Larry. So now if we're going to sync this again, and that will update Google. We go back here and we click refresh. Now it's Larry. So that's syncing Handy Address Book to Google Contacts. Thank you.